Hey everyone, how you doing? Bayou Golf. Welcome back to What's Your Problem. On Wednesday, this is where me and Matt addresses all your concerns, anything that's giving you a little hiccup learning the channel lock swing, or maybe you just got off track a little bit. Okay, folks, how this works is this. As the comments come in, as the emails come in, or even the phone calls, they are logged and they are addressed as they come in. Okay, so Fred had one a while back. Fred is all I know, don't know where he's from. Now if you guys would like me to mention your where you live, I'll be glad to. But Fred is Fred. Okay, Fred wanted to know where we get our power from and what's our trigger. Okay, two good questions. Well, Fred, since you asked about power, let's go there. Power, where does it come from? Does it come from big muscles? I don't think so. Does it come from just jerking at it? Nope. For me, Fred, my power comes from being calm, cool, and collected. Because when I'm calm, cool, and collected, I'm comfortable, I got confidence, and I'll make good contact. Now, what does all that mean? That means when I'm over the ball and I've gone through my setup, and folks, this is another thing that maybe helps me with my power, is I don't linger over the shot. I'm not walking in there saying, "Oh my God, my swing." Do I need to do this? Do I need it? No. You've already built your swing. Your brain, your computer, it knows what you want it to do. Just let it do what it wants to do, what it's supposed to do, what you trained it to do. Spend very little time. Yes, you get your shot, you got your setup. Now you go. I don't know, what's it, 30 seconds? But Fred, you're asking me where I get my power from? I got my balance. My balance, Fred. That's a big part of any part of my swing is balance. That's very much a big part of my power also. Balance. I start it back. I let my body do what it wants to do or it's trained to do. And then I let it go. I just let it go. Fred, you got to be loose, calm, cool, and collected. Because if you're gripping that club so tight, you got veins ready to explode over your body, step out of it. If there's something on your mind that's telling you, I got to make this shot, I got to do this, step out of it. You're going to lose your power. Okay? Now, that is the simplicity of telling you what my power is. I'll get more into that when the trigger part comes along. But let's hear from Matt about his power.
Okay, on today's What's Your Problem? This is a shout out to Fred. He had two really good questions. How do you generate power in the channel lock golf swing? And what is your trigger for the downswing? Okay, the first one, power. First thing I do is I relax everything. I'm loose as I can be. I believe when your body is loose and you're not tense, you can move the club much faster and the club will track on the path it's supposed to. You can track the club in the channel much easier with a relaxed body. If you grip the club too tight, you will have tension run up your forearms, into your arms, shoulders, and your back, lower back. And when you get tense like that, you're not going to play golf as well. And I know that's the natural tendency when you want to hit the ball hard and have power, is to grip it tight, just really go at it. But I do right the opposite. I relax and I just let momentum and I let the speed build up without any tension. And that's going to give you more speed through the ball, thus resulting in more distance. The second thing that is so important is balance. After you're relaxed, you got to get your balance. If you're out of balance, you're not going to be consistent. You're not going to find the middle of the club face. You're going to look funny swinging, and you're not going to be able to generate a lot of power from a position that is out of balance. So what do I do? Okay, I create a firm foundation with my lower body, and I corkscrew into the ground. Okay, I've done this in other videos. I take everything, knees, pelvis, chest, shoulders, head, arms, pre-turn, I load into this trail side, and I just corkscrew into the ground like this. Okay, all that weight is loaded right there. I cannot sway from this position. I cannot reverse pivot. And that's going to keep me in balance, and that's going to make me more powerful through the ball when I hit it. From there, all I do is just take my chest and point it this direction, back here in the channel. I just try to get my chest there with extended arms. I have width. I don't want my arms folded up. You're not going to be powerful with elbows that get wide. It's just there. I get to the top of my swing, my chest facing that direction. I just return in the channel with a free arm swing. If you notice, it's set up, my left shoulder is a little bit higher and the right shoulder is lower. If you notice, when I hit the ball, it's the same way. I keep my 5 o'clock nose, the shoulder works up, keeps my shoulders closed. But when this shoulder works up, it accelerates the head of this golf club. You will naturally accelerate the club head. People that have low left shoulder at impact and high right shoulder, or low lead side, if it's too low, they're going to be over the top and that club is not going to swing as fast. So a golf swing that is on plane will move much faster and not have resistance. Okay, what do I mean by that? All right. If I set up properly, like I showed you, and I swing in my channel, the club will come up. I just swing it right back in that channel. The club is swinging on plane. A club that swings over the top is going to move slower. A club that swings underneath this plane is going to move slower. You're not going to be as efficient. Whereas when you get your club on plane, you can swing it a lot faster. And you'll start getting a worn out spot on the middle of your club right there. And that is probably one of the most important things, is finding the proper sweet spot in the club. People that hit the ball all over the face of the club, they're not going to be as powerful as someone who hits the middle of the face. And that's what channel lock is all about. That's what we're trying to create, is finding that sweet spot.
All right, Matt, some good stuff as usual. Okay, that was Matt's power. Now, let's talk about the trigger. All right, and this goes along with email I had the other day from Dave Tolley. Dave, I hope I got that right. Dave's up in South Carolina. Okay. The trigger, and Dave's question, the thumbs. My trigger is my thumb, and that was Dave's question. How important are the thumbs? To me, they are very important. To me, the thumbs is the glue that holds my channel lock swing together. It's just like the 5 o'clock nose is what holds my protocols together. If I lose a nose, I've lost a shot. If I don't have my thumbs down, I've lost my owner deviation, for one thing, and keeping it in the channel, the other thing. Okay, Fred, this ties into where I get my power from. You ask about the downswing. Well, let's start from the backswing. Okay. There's only two things I think about. I got my shot. I got my stance. Now I've got to start my trigger. My trigger is low and slow, which tells me to keep the club scraping the ground, looking at the ball, and low and slow, and thumbs down. Thumbs down keeps the shaft in line. It keeps my owner deviation. Okay, that's trigger one, Fred. I started back up the wall. How do I start my downswing? I hit the trigger again. Boom. You see that, Fred? Boom. That drops my club into my channel and stays on channel. Okay? Think about it like an old Zepco 202. I'm sure we all had thrown a Zepco 202. You press the button and then you let it go. You let it go. But here, you press the button and you keep the button down. Okay? I'm not telling you, Fred, to push so hard you got those veins popping out. We don't want to go there. It's just a little reminder to keep owner deviation in place and to start my downswing. Okay? Fred, Dave, I hope that answered your questions, and you too, David, about the thumbs. Now, let's see what Matt says about his trigger.
As far as a trigger for my downswing, I really got away from thinking in terms of a trigger for a downswing. This is just my own personal view on it. I used to have a trigger with my traditional swing. It would be my lower body, because I had to get to a ball position that was forward, and I would use my lower legs to get there. Now with a rear ball position, I don't think about that. All I'm thinking about is having the proper swing sequence. A proper swing sequence will give you maximum power, where everything is synced up, working together. I'm not a big believer in a lot of resistance, holding my lower body where it don't turn. I'm not interested in getting hurt. Okay, I don't want a lot of rotation in my swing and falling back, rotating, stuff like that, because I don't want the injuries. So I basically just want to have a fluid, in time, in sequence golf swing. It's just a 1, 2. That's all I really think about. I have a built-in metronome in my mind that I practice to and I work to in my golf swing. And I don't have to think about any kind of trigger for the top of my swing. Now, I do want to make sure my chest gets pointed that way, because if I don't, it's going to be nothing but arms, and my sequence gets out of whack when I do that. So as long as I get my chest turned and my arms there, I know it's time to go back the other way. And when I go back the other way, I'm not going that way. I'm playing golf from back here. My sequence goes here, and it goes there. You notice the shoulder's higher. That's going to accelerate the club. It also keeps your shoulders from opening up. And so if you can have just a rhythmic type swing, it'll take care of itself. Okay, I'm a firm believer in that. It's worked for me. I'll hit a ball. I ain't got to hit a lot of balls. I've been spending a lot of time in the gym, and I've had a vacation with my family. But as you know, with channel lock, you just come back and it comes right back to you. So I'm probably gonna be a little stiff, but we'll hit one. And that's, I couldn't hit a golf ball any better than that. Right at the target, like I never laid off. And hope you enjoyed that, Fred. If you got any questions, reach out to any of the instructors, and we're glad to help you.
All right, there you go, Fred. I hope that took care of your problem. Anything that we can do, just let us know. Folks, I know how hard it is when you don't have anybody there that who knows channel lock or even plays channel lock to help another locker out, to see what they're doing wrong. It's tough. Okay, if you can find a certified channel lock teacher in your area, go see them. I'm sure they'll help you out. I hope they will. If not, we still have the Locking on the Bayou in June, second week in June. Come on down. Me, Matt, Renee will be there to help you out. That's on Monday. It's an open clinic, no charge. Okay, folks, like I said, keep sending in your concerns, your comments. I'm getting some good phone calls. I'm getting some emails. I'm writing them down. And like I said, as they come in, first one out, you know how that goes. So just hang in there and let us know. We're here to help. Okay, for me and Matt, please come back and give us something to talk about on What's Your Problem.